Germany in 1919 was a nation on its knees. The First World War had ended in defeat, leaving the country humiliated and economically devastated. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in that year, imposed harsh penalties on Germany, including territorial losses, crippling reparations payments, and severe limitations on its armed forces. The once proud German Empire was a shadow of its former self. The social and economic turmoil of post-war Germany created fertile ground for extremist ideologies. Millions of Germans, struggling with unemployment, inflation, and food shortages, felt betrayed by their leaders and yearned for a return to national greatness. In this climate of despair and resentment, a charismatic and ruthless demagogue named Adolf Hitler would find a receptive audience for his message of hate and revenge. The stage was set for one of the darkest chapters in human history. The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party would plunge the world into another global conflict, leaving millions dead and forever scarring the conscience of humanity. The seeds of this catastrophe were sown in the ashes of a defeated and demoralized Germany, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the enduring power of hatred. Adolf Hitler was born in 1889 in Braunau am Inn, Austria, a small town on the border with Germany. His childhood was marked by a difficult relationship with his strict father and a close bond with his mother. Hitler's early ambitions lay in art, but he was twice rejected by the Vienna Academy of Fine Arts. This rejection fueled a deep-seated resentment and sense of failure that would shape his worldview. Adrift in Vienna, Hitler scraped a living selling postcards and absorbing the anti-Semitic and nationalist ideas that were prevalent in the city at the time. He developed a deep hatred for Jews, whom he blamed for Germany's economic woes and perceived moral decline. He also embraced the concept of German nationalism, believing in the superiority of the German people and their right to dominate Europe. Hitler's time in Vienna proved to be a formative period. It was here that he honed his skills as a public speaker, captivating audiences with his passionate rhetoric and venomous attacks on his perceived enemies. It was also in Vienna that his warped ideology, rooted in hatred, resentment, and a thirst for power, began to solidify. These dangerous ideas would fester in the years to come, eventually finding an outlet in the chaos and despair of post-World War I Germany. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 provided Hitler with a sense of purpose and belonging that had eluded him in his earlier life. He volunteered for the German army and served as a dispatch runner on the Western Front. Hitler proved to be a courageous soldier, earning the Iron Cross for bravery. However, the horrors of war and Germany's eventual defeat left an indelible mark on him. Hitler was devastated by Germany's surrender in 1918. He saw it as a betrayal by the civilian government and the November criminals who had signed the armistice. This sense of betrayal fueled his growing resentment towards the Weimar Republic, the fragile democracy that emerged from the ashes of the German Empire. The war had a profound impact on Hitler's worldview. He emerged from the trenches with a deep-seated belief in his own destiny and a burning desire to restore Germany to its former glory. The seeds of his future ambitions, sown in the blood-soaked battlefields of France and Belgium, were beginning to take root. In the aftermath of World War I, Germany was awash with disgruntled veterans and disillusioned citizens. It was in this fertile ground of resentment and instability that the Nazi Party, originally known as the German Workers' Party, took root. Hitler joined the party in 1919, quickly rising through its ranks thanks to his powerful oratory skills and charismatic personality. Under Hitler's leadership, the party adopted the swastika as its emblem and developed a platform based on extreme nationalism, anti-Semitism, and a rejection of the Treaty of Versailles. They appealed to the anxieties of ordinary Germans, blaming Jews, communists, and other scapegoats for the nation's woes. Hitler's fiery speeches, filled with promises of national renewal and revenge, resonated with a population desperate for change. The early 1920s were a time of political and economic upheaval in Germany. The Weimar Republic, struggling to cope with the burdens of defeat and the demands of the victorious Allies, seemed weak and ineffective. This instability played directly into the hands of the Nazis, who capitalized on the public's growing discontent to further their own agenda.